My man Renico, I've been meaning to come down here for a long time. Just every time I keep running into so many different people, and I get distracted, right? So I want to ask you a few questions. And last year we spoke on the podcast,
Yes.
and you explained a few things to me, and then here we are today.
In person.
I mean, this is September 2023, and now all of a sudden you had a horse in the Queen's Plate or King's Plate, sorry.
Yes.
Then you got a horse, the same horse, back in the Fort Avery race, Prince of Wales, and now you got a staked horse.
Yeah, I do.
Now how does that feel?
I mean, it feels good. Honestly speaking, as everybody asks me, just like another race. I know it's a little more special, but to me, it's just another race as well. Exciting, yes, but I'm not like over the world, like, oh God, it's not, you know what I mean? I'm happy for the horse. Like I said, it was a very good feeling. It's not my first one, obviously. The first one was more ecstatic, being my first win in my life was a stake. It was very, very ecstatic. Now it's fun, it's exciting. Another race, you know what I mean? A more special one, but another race nonetheless. And like I said before, I was more happy for the filly. She deserved it. She's a stone cold iron runner. She tries all the time, so to get a win like that under her belt was good for her.
Is she running today?
Yeah, she's running again today. Yep. I don't like being favorite, but one thing I know, whether I win or lose, she will try. I can't win them all. I'm prepared to be beaten if that's the case, but it won't change the fact of how I treat my horses, how she comes back. It matters to me. It's always another day.
Well, that's a pretty good feeling to be the favorite, actually. A lot of trainers, they don't mind being favorite.
I don't like it.
It's tough because, you're the target,
yeah.
Right? There's a lot of things involved in being the favorite, but yet, it's still a good feeling.
Yeah.
At least people know, hey, look, exactly, you're doing something great. Now, what about Fort Avery now? The horse, didn't run that great in the King's Plate, but that was a tough race.
No, I'm one of the worst being tough. The fact that he washed out the way he washed out before the race, that said it all right there and then. Just like the favorite, he washed out, he ran no good either. It's very rare to have a horse wash out in the race, before a race and run well. It's very rare. Like, that's very, very rare. He didn't just wash out. He really washed out. His nerves were going. He washed out. He ran his race. Sorry. He ran his race long before he ran his race. You know what I mean? Before he ran the race. So when I saw that, from there I knew I was messed up. But even though he ran, he still tried. Like Leo said, he had no horse. From the time he went to the gate, he had no horse. He knew he was done. But Leo goes, no, Nico, this horse still ran. He still tried to run, even though he was flat. So that alone inspired me, let me know, you know what? This horse has a lot of potential. I really know he has potential. That I know. This is no problem for him. It's just the fact that the time I had him, I didn't know that much about him then. And it was a big, whoa, it was a last minute shock for me to see what he did. I don't know why his nerves were going like that. I don't understand the reason of it, but it is what it is. It happens to some of them, you know what I mean? So that being said, now that race has passed by, I was able to understand a little more. So I started doing a little different training with him, trying to see how he reacts towards going different tracks, how his nerves are they're more settled now. He has been a little more settled recently now, which I'm happy for. I'm very happy with the progress he's been showing. I'm going to try a little more different things with him towards going to this race. Because as I told people before, this horse goes to this race with his nerves intact. Don't be surprised if he wins. You know what I mean? The talent, like I said, the talent's all there. I know my horses. He has a lot of talent. I wouldn't put him every day if he wasn't able to do it. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that I can't control certain entities of a horse, and the nerve part is it's hard. Back in the days, before the rules changed now, we used to use HECH, which was great on race day to calm the nerves, the mind, you know what I mean? Now, it's further out now, and it does work on some horses it doesn't work as well, because the time frame is a bigger gap now, but I'm trying everything I can just to help them together, you know what I mean? So, hopefully, what I'm working with right now, like I said, if it all pans out well and he goes down there and he stays dry, he doesn't get himself all worked up and washed out and nerves going, I will not be surprised if he won that race.
Now, you know, for the King's Plate, was this horse supplemented
No.
in the race? Oh, he qualified for the race, right? So, I mean, that's a big accomplishment anyways.
Honestly speaking, even though I didn't win it, I didn't hit the board, just to be in it. The first King's Plate in 72 years was a blessing. It was, that alone made me feel proud.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Just to be in it. A lot of guys didn't get a chance to get into there, you know? And I had the opportunity to be a part of it. And that's historic.
You're part of history right now.
Right? So I'm happy with that, right? And probably the youngest guy in the whole, youngest trainer in the whole entire race as well, too.
I keep forgetting that part about you.
So,
I mean, you got the beard and you know, little grays
Yep.
here and there.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how young you are.
Yeah, so to be 36 years old myself, my owner's 35, Leo's in his 20s, like we were the youngest crew in the whole entire race. So yeah, it didn't pan out the way we were looking forward to it, but at the end of the day, just being part of it was fantastic. It was great. It was a good day. We had a lot of fun. You know, I learned a lot more about my horse now, and like I said, hopefully it works out. And what I like about Fort Erie is a lot of horses tend to change when they go on there. You know what I mean? Like here, we all train differently. Maybe he doesn't like that track as much. When he's on the dirt, he's fantastic. He's fine. He goes there, he trains well. He's happy. But when he goes to the main track, he gets a little worked up. So maybe he doesn't want to be out there. You know? Some horses, they go to Fort Erie now, the whole entire atmosphere, the environment, it changes them. They become more relaxed. It's more like being like on a farm.
So you know what? So Nico, you've been doing pretty good this year. I mean, to be honest, first time I met you, you know, you showed me something that I really like seeing, which is that kind of drive that if you evolve in this racing business, you gotta have a drive for it. I mean, this is what you do. You get up early in the morning. This is what you do. That shows some drive. You know, that show people that this is what you're really into. Now, there's a lot of big races at Woodbine, you know, and what's your thoughts for the future and planning on being in part of those big races as well, attracting better owners and better company and stuff like that? What's your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts right now, to be honest with you, is that I'm looking forward to being part of everything right now. Everything. A lot of guys come into this game and they get intimidated very easily by the bigger boys. They get sidetracked and put aside. They make themselves feel like they're not compatible enough to these guys. Well, guess what? The big guys started how we all started. Nowhere. You know what I mean? They started nowhere. They earned their stripes. They got their owners. They got better horses, and they are where they are today because of that. So when you come into this game, you gotta understand what this game is. You gotta try things. You can't be intimidated. You can't let yourself be, you know, swayed or swindled, saying, "Well, you can't this, you can't that, shouldn't go here, you shouldn't go there." As a trainer, knowing the key to this game is to know your animals and know them well. If you have a horse you believe is state caliber, you have a horse you believe could be a King's Plate caliber, you know what I mean? You go for it. You don't figure because Cassie's there, Kevin's there, this big person there, oh, I can't beat them because they got $1 million horse. That's just money. The horse is bought for $1 million doesn't mean the horse is worth $1 million. You know what I mean? That's what he's bought for. Pedigree might be good on that department. He might be well bred, but in the day, you gotta show it. You might have a horse for $1,500. I mean, even better than that horse is. You know what I mean? But a lot of guys get swayed. Oh, my horse only $1,500. It's not worth that caliber. You know, you guys got $1 million horses in there. I'm not taking that shot anymore. You can't do it to yourself. You gotta take that shot. You know what I mean? You gotta prove your worth. Right? You believe in something, you carry it all the way. That's how I believe in this game. I didn't come here, especially to think I'm gonna be this big leading trainer or a big top trainer. I came here to have fun. I came here to enjoy the game and do the best I can. The horses I know are worth it will go where they belong. And that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? I want anybody to make me feel because they're bigger than me, I'm going to be intimidated by them, I'm going to dodge them. No, I'm going for it. You know, and a lot of guys, if they had Canadian, would never took that chance in that race. Because they'll figure, well, she's small, these guys got these kind of horses that are from out the States and ship-ins and this and that. You can't let that bother you. You know what I mean? You know your horse, you believe in your horse, you run your horse, take your shot. That's what I did.
That's pretty cool. And you know what? Once you start growing, I'll come by. We talk some more, and we can always look back at this 6 and 8 horse barn and say, hey, look, this is where we started. Just like Drake said, we started from the bottom.
From the bottom. Yeah.
Nice talking to you, man.
It's nice talking to you, buddy.
And best of luck today.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
All right.